some of them just didn't have any other choice but to innovate. You write about the Dutch, the whole idea of being frugal. You write about that
Yeah.
the culture is also passed or handed down from centuries. They probably faced more geographical challenges than any other place on the planet.
That's right. They had to be frugal because they didn't have much to
Hmm.
begin with. They were part in the 16th century of the biggest empire back then, and that was Spanish Habsburg Empire, which governed much of Europe at that time. And the Dutch, they revolted. They wanted freedom and independence from them. And nobody thought that the Dutch would win because they didn't have anything. They didn't have a strong old navy or army or strong aristocratic traditions, and they didn't have much land because this was a part of Europe that was mostly below ocean level. So they constantly had to fight against the ocean from
Hmm.
taking farmland away from them. And obviously that meant that they were in a bad shape. And actually, when they tried to hand their crown to Queen Elizabeth of England, she rejected it because there's nothing there. You have no chance against these guys. But that sometimes necessity is the mother of invention. It forced them to be very innovative and to be very responsible and to work very hard to create something out of this difficult. And it made them very entrepreneurial. So they became traders, working hard and coming up with new goods, the new artisan skills that could make them creative, and building the navy, the merchant navy that could take those goods and trade with others. So they basically became, despite having nothing, they became the richest country in Europe because of that. And even after an 80-year war, getting their independence from the Spanish. And the Spanish, on the other hand, they had everything. They had the biggest armies, they had the most wealth, they had American colonies from which they got silver and gold, so they could raise new armies all the time. And they even had a colony in the Far East and trade all the way over there. They had the Philippines, named after Prince and later King Philip. But that wealth didn't do them much good because it meant that they weren't innovative to the same extent. They weren't frugal. So instead, they declared state bankruptcy 5 times. They ran out of all of the resources that they had. So it means that the mentality you have is often more important than the
Hmm.
resources you have at the start.